Let us study about electromagnetic induction. Now, before we go on to study about electromagnetic induction, it's important we understand the Faraday's experiment. The Faraday's experiment. Now, Michael Faraday, he took a cylindrical cardboard, and he wound the cylindrical cardboard with copper wire, long turns of copper wire. He connected the two ends of the copper wire to a galvanometer to find out the deflection. Between the layers, he wound twine. Twine actually acts as an insulating material, and between the layers of the copper turns, he placed calcico cloth. Calcium cloth helps prevent short circuit. And later on he took a bar magnet which he thrusted into the cylindrical cardboard. Now before we go on to understand what happened to the experiment, it's important to study certain points. The first thing is there always exists a magnetic field around a magnet. The first thing. You can also see there exists coil current as well. Coil current as well. Now, when the bar magnet was thrusted into the cylindrical cardboard, Faraday noticed a deflection of the galvanometer in one direction. When the same magnet was pulled out of the cylindrical cardboard, again he noticed a deflection, but the deflection happened in the opposite direction. The amount of deflection was found to increase. Now the rate of deflection, okay, it increased with the speed of the magnet. Rate of deflection, you can say, is directly proportional to the speed at which the magnet was moved relative to the coil. Thus, he was able to discover that magnetism can produce electricity. The relative motion between the magnet and the coil produces electricity in the conductor. That is the first point. Now, let us understand the meaning of electromagnetic induction. This is the point of our study. Now, as discussed, we already know that a magnetic field, it always exists around a magnet. When the magnet is moved relative to the coil, now keeping the coil constant, you're keeping this coil constant. When the magnet is moved keeping the coil constant, the magnetic field associated with the coil, it changes. Now this is the magnetic field associated with this coil, it kept on changing. The speed of the magnet corresponds to the rate of change of magnetic field linked with the coil. When the motion between the magnet and the coil is stopped, for example, if I keep this coil magnet inside and there is no motion inside over there, the magnetic field linked with that coil also remained constant. So we can conclude that when the magnetic field linked with a circuit changes, it changes because of the movement of the magnet relative to the coil, then an electromotive force is induced in the circuit. Now this is the circuit. Now electromotive force is induced in this. We can see it over here. Now electromotive force is induced in the circuit. Now in this phenomenon of of inducing, and the phenomenon of inducing an electromotive force in the circuit is called electromagnetic induction. Now, what are the factors that actually influence the induced EMF? There's an EMF that is already induced over here. Now, what are the factors? The first thing is how many number of turns are there. Now, we got to understand how many number of turns around the coil. Turns of coil on the cylinder is the first factor, the factor 1. The factor 2 is the rate of change of magnetic field associated with the coil. Now, so finally we can come to the point that there are two laws of Faraday. The first law of Faraday is the Faraday's first law states that a changing magnetic field now magnetic field changes because of the movement of the magnet with respect to the coil, that induces an electromotive force in the conductor, that is in the coil. The second thing is the second law, you can say the Faraday's second law. Faraday's second law, it states that the induced EMF, the EMF that is induced in the circuit, it is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic field. Which is linked to the conductor.